Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for having this meeting again. We have reviewed all of your concerns regarding building the dam, and we have actually made some changes after some consultation with our team and even the president actually to make sure that this will be as smooth as possible, and we will increase the benefits out of it and reduce the disadvantages out of building the dam. So in our new plan, in our edited plan actually, we have taken into consideration that we can provide you economical support to build a foundation to preserve the animal life, the wildlife in the rivers. But the foundation, it's not gonna be as you requested. The foundation is going to be built by you, which is even better for you because you will be able to control it. And the president has promised us that it will be some economical support to this foundation. We don't really know exactly the number yet, but there will be from some governmental support in terms of economics for this foundation. So this was the first thing, and the other concern that you had was about the relocation out of 4.4 million people. We do have a list with us now for the 20 towns that are willing to take the relocated people from Starkburg, and you can take a look at these with the numbers for how many people that are going to move to each town. This information has not been published before, so we are publishing it for you for the first time now. Something that you should take, something that we had really to work hard for to get into where we wanted. So you can take a look to these numbers, and yeah. And on the other concern was about preserving the area, the ancient area where the dam is going to be built. As long as we can do is that we can only make assurance that we will preserve this area, because this area is important for a country. It's as important for us as for you. So what we will do is that on the construction, we will not have the construction as our initial planning, but we will have it, some areas that you have made your concerns about, we will move the construction from these parts to other parts close by where it's not ancient, as important as the other parts as you have mentioned. So the construction is actually going to be moved a bit to not affect the very important areas in the area. And as you mentioned, it's going to be moved from point A to point B. You can referring to the map that we have shared with you before this meeting. So this is actually at the most what we can do. We would love to hear your feedback if you accept it, so we can go publicly with our agreement, or if you have any further concerns. What does the mayor of Starkburg say?
I think I'm fine with the proposal as long as you stick to it and we can come to an agreement on the very same thing.
Thank you so much.
You mentioned about the conservation for the dolphins, right? But also for the fauna and flora and all that. Can we also provide research to that and give it and put it separately, or give a how do you say, support to another foundation so that we can preserve these species that are truly owned and unique to Sakonia?
What we have secured is only economic support for one foundation from the president. This is what we can promise, but we can promise you that we can work on another foundation with the president or with other parties who might be interested in such a thing, in such foundation. But we cannot really promise that right now. This is out of our hands right now. What we can promise is only one foundation, and I believe this one foundation is extremely important. Of course, we want to preserve the life of all of the animals, but this is what we can do at the moment. It's one foundation.
But I think also we can work together on this foundation
Yeah.
because I rescue all of my artificials. So
Mhm.
and we can working together
Yeah.
because it's not only
It's-
the one
yeah,
museum. So
yeah.
we can also
Work
talk about
together, yeah.
what is all over of this. And for me, it's also interesting to go on this that you give us the trust and to prove of it and give us the information that we have every year a donut from the state that is paid regular every year in this foundation, so that we are rescued
Mhm.
and we are safe. So the
protecting.
standards working are worked. You know how much working is it behind there, and it's also interesting that it's for the future. It's not
Absolutely.
only after.
Absolutely, we cannot really promise that the government will have a certain amount of money for you
Okay.
each year, but what we can build the trust by going public with all the information and being as transparent as possible.
Okay.
So in that
Or,
case,
or the other thing
we
is
will-
we can get a percentage from the touristic system that you
Yes.
talked about,
Yeah.
so that we get
Some
30
funding, yeah.
percent of all the touristic money that we came in, that we gave to the foundation.
this is
Excuse me?
unfortunately not in our hands. This is
Mhm.
nothing that we can decide about. This is something which is governmental, and we cannot negotiate about that. This is something that you would need to negotiate with the government and talk with the government about.
Okay.
What we have
Okay.
addressed your points, and really worked hard to reach to this agreement.
Okay, that's all.
So,
I believe that because of the displacement of the dam, we can create a foundation that is going to support both archaeological and also the ecosystem of our country. Yeah. I think we can work
Yeah.
towards that.
do you have a deal?
A little bit.
I-
A part of it.
There is no
Let's make
deal.
sure that
Deal or
everything.
You're in or you're out.
Let's make sure that everything that we've discussed, any changes, that it's all clear on the.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that is what
All in
I
black and
said
white.
to you, that we need the participation and the rights for the people that live there. So we have now your points, and we must talk to the citizens there and
Yeah.
give them the information,
Yeah.
and then we can say, is it a
Yeah.
deal or is it
Yeah.
no deal? Because we need the participation of it.
But I am afraid that
It's
this is not
really
possible.
interesting.
I'm afraid that this is not really possible. We need to cut a deal now or not, because this,
Yes,
we
we
have
need an
spent
answer
so much
today.
time.
Yeah, that's,
this, and
it's nice,
This is from the
but
government.
for me, then it's
Yeah,
not.
it's as well something that I need to discuss as well with the team and
Yeah.
the people who are also doing their very best to protect.
The mayor has already given his blessing to the project. So you guys really want to stand against this one now?
We didn't agree to any thing yet because we said we would share to you what our concerns were, but once we do finalize it, once we have finalized it, that's when we would go
We
back.
have already addressed your concerns by
And
the
the
foundation.
meeting today is just so that everything is cleared and that you would actually come to an agreement with what we've shared to you.
Things have to be finalized today. We have a schedule that we have to keep.
Yes, we are so sorry to put you on that time position, but this is not from us actually. This is something from the government. They need to have an answer
Yeah, but
today.
that's what
it's
you said
okay,
also.
but then give us 1 week. After 1 week,
There
we
is
have a
no 1
solution.
week, no, there is no 1 week, there is today.
Today.
There is today.
And
Yeah,
if you guys
that's
don't
fine.
agree, then we'll have to go
So-
above your power.
You can compromise like 3 days.
Yeah, come
Okay.
come
you-
near to us.
We will, okay, what we can give you, and I'm not really sure that this will work, but what we can give you is until tomorrow midday. We will need to have
Okay, sounds good.
your confirmation
Okay.
until tomorrow midday. This
Yeah.
is the latest one.
Yep.
If you guys are not willing to accept this deal, just keep in mind that the dam might be built and you will not have any of these fortunes. Because this is from the government. Please keep it in mind. And
No,
when you're
just give
thinking-
us until tomorrow midday, like you said.
Tomorrow midday
yeah.
is your absolutely final date.
Okay.
And
Okay,
this-
thank you.
Thank you so much.